Edward Theodore Gein entered the world on August 27, 1906, in the quiet rural landscape of La Crosse County, Wisconsin. To the outside observer, his beginnings were unremarkable. Just another life taking root in America's heartland. Few could have predicted this unassuming boy would etch his name into criminal history, not through traditional heroism or villainy, but through discoveries so bizarre and grotesque they would redefine the very concept of horror for generations. His name became synonymous with macabre depravity, a quiet man harboring unimaginable nightmares. Nightmares he would seek to manifest. The Gein family consisted of Ed, his older brother Henry, their parent George, and Augusta. They relocated to a secluded 160-acre farm in Plainfield in 1914. Augusta, domineering and fanatically religious, ruled Ed's young life. She chose isolation to shield her sons from a sinful, corrupt world. She preached relentless fire and brimstone, instilling deep fear of immorality, especially concerning women, warping Ed's worldview into conflicted adoration and terror. He adored her and feared her. George, a chronic alcoholic, offered no buffer from Augusta's control. Ed and Henry were prisoners on their own farm, stunted by isolation. School was their only permitted outing. But Ed, shy and odd, was bullied, driving him deeper into her world. Following Augusta's death in 1945, the prison became his solitary kingdom. He sealed her rooms, preserving them as shrines, while the rest descended into squalor mirroring his mind. He neglected the farm, surviving on odd jobs. Odd Eddie, a quiet babysitter with strange jokes and a giggling laugh. But the facade hid a disturbing secret life taking shape within his walls. Loneliness and an unresolved Oedipal bond, twisted by Augusta's teachings, fueled a grotesque hobby, voracious reading of atrocities, anatomy, and headhunters. Fascinated by the body, he began nocturnal cemetery visits. Plainfield, Spiritland. He exhumed recent graves of women resembling his mother. Plainfield's quiet shattered on November 16, 1957. Bernice Worden, 58, vanished. Her son, Deputy Frank Worden, found an open till and blood. Last sale, a gallon of antifreeze. He recalled Ed Gein planned to return for antifreeze. Focus turned to the lonely farmhouse. The timeline accelerated. Sheriff Art Schley and Captain Lloyd Schufoerster drove out at night. Gein was absent. They inspected the property. In a dilapidated summer kitchen, the beam froze on horror. Ropes. A form suspended by the ankles. Bernice Worden, decapitated and disemboweled, field-dressed like a deer. They had found something far worse than a missing person. Gein was arrested without incident. By morning, the nightmare unfolded. His arrest on November 17, 1957, sent shockwaves through Plainfield and the nation. The farmhouse horrors dominated headlines, captivating and horrifying. First, competency to stand trial. He was sent for psychiatric evaluation. Psychiatrists found a schizophrenic, long detached from reality. His confessions were calm, like farm chores, not murder and dismemberment. He described a woman's suit to inhabit his mother's skin. In January 1958, he was declared unfit and committed. A decade passed. He was a model patient. In 1968, he was ruled competent for the Bernice Worden case. Plea, not guilty by reason of insanity. Judge Gallmar found him guilty, then legally insane, recommitted, not imprisoned. Gein's story did not end with his death in 1984. His case inspired Norman Bates, Leatherface, and Buffalo Bill. Robert Bloch, near Plainfield, wrote Psycho. Hitchcock cemented the link. Law and psychology learned. Extreme pathology can hide behind normalcy. We remember his known victims: Mary Hogan, Bernice Worden. The Butcher of Plainfield reminds us the most terrifying monsters are human.